If you're going to think with people, the greatest thing you'll be learning in your life, this day as you go through it, be learning. Speak to the heart to help them see with their heart what they've known with their mind.
You're listening to Tremendous Leadership with Dr. Tracy Jones.
Now, you know what's wonderful about life? The horrible thing about life is hearing how wrong you are. The wonderful thing about life is seeing how wrong you are. Oh, how beautiful it is to start off a day and be able to see you're wrong much more than anyone can tell you you're wrong. Now, you know what I'm going to do with you? If I told you you brought it on yourself, right away there's divisiveness, conflict. Oh, you just... What's my technique? I'm not going to tell you you brought it on yourself. I'm not going to talk to your ear. I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to talk to your heart. I'm going to tell you that peanut butter sandwich joke. And when he sees that, here's that peanut butter sandwich, you know what he's going to see? He brought it on himself. And you know what he's going to do? Instead of being mad at me, he's going to be laughing at himself. And if you're going to lead people, you better be learning it's better to get them laughing than mad. All right? Okay. Now, so, the main thought, if you're going to think with people, the greatest thing you'll be learning in your life, this day as you go through it, be learning. Speak to the heart to help them see with their heart what they've known with their mind, but they never thought with their mind until somebody like you came into their lives and put some words on thoughts they had in their heart so they could now think that thought with their mind. And the beautiful part about thinking a truth with your mind is seeing how little you know about what you just discovered and learned, and beginning to unlearn a lot of things that were never true to begin with. Well, I discovered a lot of wonderful truths that were laying dormant there all those years. But it won't be near as wonderful unless you do it with fun, and there's nothing more beautiful and fun in all the world than seeing the truth. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me think with you about perhaps the greatest idea I've ever had in my whole life. Sometimes people say, Charlie, where do you get all your ideas? And I'm so thrilled to share. Let me share with you where I get every idea I've ever had worth sharing. From books. Books. Sometimes people say to me, well, are you a fast reader? No, I'm a slow reader. Sometimes it takes me a whole hour to read one page. You say, I never knew anybody that slow. Well, you do now. You say, well, why are you so slow? I don't know why I'm slow. God made me slow. I used to be ashamed of it, but I've got money now. I'm not ashamed. It's like the guy said to his wife. He says, honey, how can one woman be so beautiful and stupid? She says, God made me this way. He says, why would God make you so beautiful and stupid? Well, she said, he made me beautiful so you would love me, and stupid so I could love you. Well, you say, well, where do you get all these jokes? From the books. Bob Phillips, I want to introduce you to my friend Bob Phillips. That joke is in that book. All my jokes are in these books. I never had an original thought in my life except once, and I was wrong then. I'm so glad. Oh, friend, I got to tell you, I'm thrilled to tell people I have nothing original. There is nothing original. Everything I have worth having, I can name you the book, the person that introduced me to share you so you can see the power of it. And the humor. Now, you need to get people. You say, well, I don't have any jokes. Well, then get a book. How about this one? How about this one? A man is incomplete until he's married, and then he's finished. This is all in here. That's in here. How about this? This woman says, honey, the car's flooded. He said, I didn't know. She said, the swimming pool. He said, how'd you get the car in the kitchen? She said, easy, turn left in the living room. You say, well, I can't afford a book. Times are tough. All right, then, watch television. I heard Rodney Dangerfield say this. He said, what did the dentist? He said, what do I do about my yellow teeth? He says, wear a brown tie. Here's another one. I love Rodney. It's so fantastic. The doctor says, he says to the doctor, what do I do? He says, every time I look in the mirror, I want to vomit. He says, what's wrong? He said, I don't know, but your eyesight is perfect. And another one, he's so beautiful. The psychiatrist says, I think you're going crazy. He says, I want a second opinion. He says, all right, you're ugly too. Now, you say, well, I can't tell jokes. All right, then learn to read them. I'll read you one. It's not even a joke, but it's so true it seems funny. It's what every woman wants in a man, not what you're going to get. Every woman wants a man who's a brilliant conversationalist. She wants a man who's sensitive and kind and understanding and truly loving. She wants a hard-working man. She wants a man who helps around the house by washing the floor, vacuuming the floors and taking care of the yard. She wants someone who helps her raise her children. She wants a man who's emotional and physical strength. She wants a man who's smart as Einstein but looks like Robert Redford. That's what you want, huh? Well, here's what you're going to get. He always takes her out to the best restaurants. Someday he may take her inside. He doesn't have ulcers, he gives them. He's well known as a miracle worker. It's a miracle when he works. Anytime he gets an idea in his head, he has a whole thing in a nutshell. He supports his wife in a manner in which he was accustomed. He's letting her keep her job. He's such a bore. He even bores you to death when he gives you a compliment. And he has occasional flashes of silence that make his conversation brilliant. All right? Men, it's our turn. It's what every man wants in a woman. Not what you're going to get, Bob. What you want. Every man wants a woman who's always beautiful and cheerful. She could have married a movie star but wanted only you. She has hair that never needs curlers or beauty shops. She has beauty that won't run in a rainstorm. She's never sick, just allergic to jewelry and fur coats. She insists that moving the furniture by herself is good for her figure. She's expert in cooking, cleaning the house, fixing the car, TV, painting the house, and keeping her mouth shut. Her favorite hobbies are mowing the lawn and shoveling snow. Her favorite expression is, what can I do for you next, dearest? She thinks you have Einstein's brain, but look like Mr. America. She wishes you would go fishing and golfing with the boys more often so she could get some sewing done. And she loves you because you're so sexy. All right, man, that's what you want, huh? Here's what you're going to get. She speaks 140 words a minute, with gusts up to 180. She once was a model for a totem pole. She's a light eater. As soon as it gets light, she starts eating. Where there's smoke, she's cooking. She'll let you know if you have only two faults: everything you say and everything you do. No matter what she does with it, her hair looks like an explosion in a steel wool factory. And if you get lost, don't worry, open your wallet. She'll find you in a hurry. Dear ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you this great thought. The greatest thought I've ever heard, one of the greatest, is you are the same today you'll be 5 years from now, except for two things. The people you meet in the books you read, the people you meet in the books you read. You hang around great people, you'll be greater. Hang around thinkers, you'll be a better thinker. Hang around givers, you will be a better giver. Hang around a bunch of thumb-sucking, complaining, griping boneheads, and you will be a better thumb-sucking, complaining, griping bonehead. And so I like to introduce people to books, like As a Man Thinketh, Acres of Diamonds, The Kings of Self-Control. This past week I read them again. I was overwhelmed. After 50 times of reading As a Man Thinketh, I was humbled. I was overwhelmed to realize again how grateful I was to reread something I've known so well, but hear so little, that I needed to think, and somebody had to need to help me think it. And here's the book that made my marriage different. A.W. Tozer. You say, was your marriage really as bad as you say it was? I don't want to talk about it. But one day years ago, Gloria began to read a gentleman named A.W. Tozer, the man who got me to think years ago, the man who taught me to think in paradoxes and illustrations. And this became her devotional book. And today, Gloria lives and believes better what I believe than I believe it myself. This is the book that taught Gloria and I the secret to a successful marriage is not sex, it's not love. A little of that wouldn't hurt. The secret to a successful marriage is, and we saw it in this book, commitment. Commitment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with all my heart, I wish we could spend hours, but today, as you go through the day, you may not be able to be with all the great people you like to be with. But I can tell you this, most of these people died many years ago. I'll never know them here on this earth, but I know one thing. I know them better than maybe their own mothers knew them, because you only know somebody by knowing the people who influenced them and were the impact in their life. And I say to you, I hope you'll make this day a great day of thinking, reading, and speaking to people's hearts and not their head. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to Tremendous Leadership with Dr. Tracy Jones. Find out more about Dr. Jones at www.tremendousleadership.com. If you've been ignited by something you heard in this episode, let us know by leaving a review for Tremendous Leadership wherever you listen to podcasts, or by sending us a message through www.tremendousleadership.com.